Vern Fleming with a good outing against the Pacers last night. 14 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists, coming up just shy of a triple-double. And as Don Vaden gets set to toss it at center court, we're about to get underway.
Well, this is the first time in 11, well, there have been 11 straight games the Knicks have played before sellouts, including away games, so that string breaks tonight.
Pacers have not been drawing all that well. They had 9,000 on hand last night, and Donnie Walsh told us they're expecting about 12 tonight. Right away to Smits. In and out. Here comes Mark Jackson. And right inside to Ewing. And Person with the rebound.
Did a quick double team on Person by Oakley.
Herb Williams.
Nice response by the Pacers, moving the ball around. And that's what they will have to do if Person continues to get double teamed.
Trent Tucker, top of the key. And Person with the rebound and starts on the run. This is Fleming, one-on-one on Jackson.
Jackson played him well, too. He stayed in front of him. Fleming made a fine move. Fleming is 6'5".
Pacers just underway here in the first quarter. Mark Jackson driving and is tripped up, and the foul will be on Herb Williams.
23rd trading deadline. They want to make deals.
Ewing with a good look.
Oh!
Look at the pass from Jackson for Oakley.
Isn't that fun? Over the shoulder. Boy, Mark Jackson tops it behind the back.
And Oakley finally gets the Knicks on the board. It's 4-1 Indiana with 10:20 to play in the first quarter.
Coming in tonight, Charles had made 19 of his last 20 from the foul line.
And Tisdale goes right up with it. And Jackson retrieves.
I think Tisdale had a touch of the flu the other night, Greg. Not much was said about that as to why he only played 7 minutes.
Jackson for 3. Out of bounds, belongs. And home run ball for Fleming.
That was Tisdale on the pass, and it was a beauty.
NFL scouts are here all week looking at those eligible. Wayman Tisdale may think of quarterbacking. Johnny Newman on the drive draws the foul. For the key, Fleming finds his alley cut off. Person for 3.
Oh. Under pressure, just like the other night.
9-2 Pacers. 9:15 to play, first quarter. Knicks looking for their first field goal. Oakley's turnaround, air ball. And here comes Person, who will stop. And Jackson leads the charge back. Spinning down the lane.
Just a great move by Mark.
Quite clearly here, Rick Pitino calling signals down the lane, and Ewing has it. And here come the Knicks again. Jackson and Tucker, and Jackson will take it in.
Reggie Miller kept looking for the dish off. Jackson with an unusual delivery to the basket. Haven't seen that one this year.
And Smits, and he loses it. Jackson for Ewing.
Patrick showing us a little dipsy doodle around the basket.
9-8 as the Knicks have come back to close the gap. And Dick Versace
won by Smits. Ewing right there to smother him. Jackson, of course, makes it easy for Patrick. And in the first game here in Indiana, over the shoulder by Patrick Ewing, 27 turnovers. So it's 27 in the first game, 25 and 21 the other night. So the number's going down, but it's still much too high for this man. And that is a major factor against this team.
And Rick Pitino was not lost in the momentary hysteria of that takeaway as Mark Jackson passed ahead for Patrick Ewing. Pitino was waving to the rest of the team to come down for the pressure on the inbounds. Fleming. And again, the Pacers turn it over.
Well, Rick and the Knicks are going for the throat early in the game. They're not going to coast with the Pacers. They're going right at them.
9-8, and the Knicks looking for their first lead in the night. Ewing double teamed, and then his pass inside is tipped away. And Miller loses it. Newman driving on Smith, and the foul is on Smith. 4 from the line, and 10-9, the Knicks with their first lead of the night. We have 7:35 to play in the first, and the near steal. Ball belongs to the Pacers to get it over the line. Person with the bounce pass for Miller.
Come on, Johnny! Slash down!
11-10 Pacers. Newman. Johnny Newman with his first basket of the night. 12-11 Knicks.
Full court. They're staying with it. Rick Pitino wanted a push off by Person, and the Knicks get another turnover.
The offensive foul on Chuck Person. And Dick Versace. Knicks with the lead. Newman. Shot won't go. Offensive foul on Charles Oakley. Setting a pick inside. That's number 1 on Oakley. And Person inbound.
With Fleming handling the ball, the Knicks did not double team him.
Smith goes right up with it. And Ewing comes down with it. Fans applauding for the first time in 3 trips. Pacers had a chance to get the ball over the timeline. Newman turns. Short jump hook is good.
That move is reserved for centers usually.
Newman has 7. And the Knicks pressuring again, but the ball belongs to Indiana.
Now, if someone other than Fleming gets the ball, they'll double team. Now they're going to attack Fleming anyway, as Ewing was caught back there.
And the foul is on Johnny Newman. And Rick Pitino goes to the bench. Kenny Walker comes on to replace Newman. 14 points that the Knicks have on the board. Person inside for Tisdale, batted out of bounds and belongs to the now into the lineup, replacing Trent Tucker. Smits bumped by Ewing, works his way inside and gets it.
Boy, he worked hard for that. That was not a graceful move, but he's such a fine shooter. Shows you how dangerous Smith is going to be.
Jackson for 3, no. Rebound, grabbed by Tisdale. Another long ball for Fleming on the drive. And the foul. And Rod Strickland comes off the bench for the Knicks.
Rodney, in the white, you got sideline.
Number 13, his first foul.
Once again, Vern Fleming getting out on the break. Tisdale's making him an impression now. Now Fleming at 6'5" can go over Mark Jackson. Those couple of extra inches, he's made 2 difficult going to the basket moves.
Fleming missed the free throw, out of bounds to the Knicks. Big weakness of the Indiana Pacers. Milwaukee just crushed the Pacers on the boards last night. 54-41. Indiana gave up 29 points on their offensive boards. Ewing comes up shooting.
Boy, he shoots that ball like a backcourt man.
Ewing has 4 now. It's 16-15, Knicks by 1.
Charles Oakley the other night had 6 offensive rebounds against the Pacers.
And Smits almost throws it away. Person retrieves.
Person missed Wayman Tisdale.
Reggie Miller for three. And Ewing with the rebound. Strickland leading the break and a drive the lane. Doesn't go. Tisdale has it. Fleming spinning away from trouble. Passes for Person. Out of bounds. Pacers.
Great spinning move by Fleming.
That third voice you hear occasionally belongs to that man, Rick Pitino. And Ewing bats the inbounds pass out of bounds. And Sidney Green off the Knicks bench, replacing Charles Oakley.
Number 44, Sidney Green.
So the Knicks now with Ewing, Green, Walker, Gerald Wilkins, and Rod Strickland. Person batted away from Miller by Ewing.
Once again, though, a good look off by Person, playing very unselfishly. Person again getting the double team. Ewing quick to react.
And the whistle underneath goes against the Knicks. This one is going to be on. Looks like Kenny Walker.
New York foul on number 7, Kenny Walker.
2.
Motion 5. Motion 5.
Ewing, double team, goes to the baseline.
Well, Person came over to double team from the right side. And Ewing averted he and Smits with a lovely slam dunk.
Now the pressure on Fleming in the backcourt. And Smits way cross court for Person.
No free run.
And Miller rammed by Rod Strickland. Miller misses the second. Gerald Wilkins for three.
Oh, Gerald. Did
So
they give him 3 on that, Greg?
They did give him 3. It's 21-17. Knicks by 4. 3:40 to play here in the first.
Come on, Sid.
Person on the drive gets it.
Gerald Wilkins was 0 for 15 from three-point range in his last 12 games. He's happy to see that streak go away.
Jackson for 3. And Person has the rebound. And Walker steals it. Walker back up. And the foul is on Person.
Person wanted to charge. He felt Walker, courtesy of Amtrak.
Again, the Knicks with the pressure, and here comes Miller. Miller on the drive, foul, and the bucket.
Gerald Wilkins played him well, but when you have tall people who can handle the ball well, like Fleming,
Knicks foul on 21.
and like this man who went in for the drive, Reggie Miller, they're very difficult to deal with. Wilkins stayed in front of him, made him go away from the hoop, but Miller made a fine move. See Wilkins staying in front. Very difficult shot.
Miller makes it a 3-point play. He has 6 points. It's a 22-22 tie. Under 3 minutes to play here in the first. John Long into the lineup for the Pacers. Replacing Chuck Person.
And Strickland back in the picture quickly.
Wilkins partially blocked. Walker follows.
Oh, what strength indicated by Kenny Walker. Wow.
Knicks lead 24-22. When Rod Strickland came out, Rick Pitino told him to have a seat right here. You're going back in a little bit. Had a couple of words of wisdom and sent him back in. Smits with the turnaround.
Tough shot.
Smits has 4, and we're tied at 24. Strickland saved. Shot clock is at 11. Shot clock is at 6. Green turning. Tough shot. He gets the loose ball. Overshoots. And Eddie Lee Wilkins is fouled going.
Moving, gets that shot off. Deflected, however, by Rick Smits, but Kenny Walker contesting for that basketball. Up with the stuff. Walker off to a good start once again.
Walker coming in tonight. 25-24, Knicks, 1:50 to play here in the first. And Long is fouled by Rod Strickland. Walker into the lane. Oh. Kenny Walker with 5 points tonight, and the Knicks lead by 2.
Usually the height that you get off the ground for your jump shot is really insignificant because the essence of the jump shot is surprise. But in that case, Kenny Walker's legs made that happen.
John Long's long-range shot misses, and underneath the foul is called on the... John Long wide open.
John Long.
29-28, Jackson for 3. Mark Jackson with the Knicks' second three-pointer of the night.
3-point goal by Jackson.
Mark has certainly been shooting them more effectively of late.
Reggie Miller. And Gerald Wilkins has the rebound. And 12 seconds remaining. Rick Pitino wants him to hold for 1. Jackson off the dribble.
Mark Jackson.
Great move by Jackson.
With 2 seconds, Reggie Miller casts one the length of the floor that won't. Very noisy arena at times. Jackson on the drive, couldn't get it, and Sidney Green will be charged with a loose ball foul. Rebound.
Cedric had a 20-game run quietly last year with the Knicks.
Gerald Wilkins. 36-28. John Long cross court, out of bounds. There's Cedric Toney. Insiders here claim that Dick Versace not at all pleased with either Scott Skiles or Everett Stevens and is giving Cedric Toney a good look. Jackson, and illegal defense is going to be called. Back comes Jackson as John Long's shot is short. Wilkins in the lane. Oh, Kenny
I've
Walker's
never seen that. He tapped it with both hands.
Long, the bounce pass for Toney, and got the bucket and the foul. And Mark Jackson going to post up down low again, and offensive foul is on Jackson. He doesn't like it at all.
Well, he's pretty aggressive.
And the Knicks with all the pressure, and not surprisingly, Charles Oakley is going to be asked to step back off of the line. So the Pacers have Toney, Miller, Herb Williams, Rick Smits, and Chuck Person. This is Smits. Quick turnaround. Tapped out of bounds. Belongs to the Knicks.
Ewing played him tightly. Put that hand up in his face. That's the best defense.
And Ewing across the lane with the hook. And Toney comes away with it. Person pulls up over Ewing.
Well, the Knicks are doing a good job keeping the ball out of this man's hands. You can see how dangerous he is, though, when he's matched one-on-one with a defender.
Johnny Newman open and overshoots. Knicks bench doing a good job. There's the interception by Gerald Wilkins. And comes back. Gets his own rebound. That comes up short, too. Back up top, Toney, Miller. Good ball movement by the Pacers. Herb Williams with the left hand. It doesn't fall. Person is there.
Good second effort by the Pacers. Herb Williams at 6'11" puts the ball on the floor effectively. Dick Versace wants to see him do that more, take advantage of that ball handling talent he has.
It's Rick Pitino. Oakley with the steal. And here comes Strickland. The Knicks 3-on-2. Down the lane, Strickland. Strickland, his first basket of the night, 40-34, and the long ball for Person.
One way to discourage that pressure up front is to throw those long passes.
Strickland trying to get it up, and the whistle blows. And turnovers, as you can see, killing the Indiana Pacers. Fleming trying to save it, does. Smits has it batted out of his hands by Strickland.
But they've adjusted well here in the second quarter to pressure, because they had 5 turnovers in the first. They did last night in the first half against Milwaukee when they shot 29%. Bucks shot 36%, had 14 turnovers, and was still leading at the half.
Last night's halftime score 38-34. I'll bet even the 9,000 who showed up had a little disappointment. Charles Oakley comes up shooting, and Person with the rebound. Knicks lead is 6. Indiana looking to cut it to 4 or less. Herb Williams rejected inside. Here comes Strickland, 2-on-1 with Tucker. And Tucker missed the layup. Oakley saves it for Strickland. Batted away, and the foul is called. And a blocking foul is going to be called.
Strickland with great quickness got in front of Fleming, but he didn't have his position set.
And immediately Gerald Wilkins into the line at Landover, Maryland.
You got it coming out, Trent. Dougie going Miller.
How about Del Harris? Good man that he is, helping an older person here on the ice the other night. Off the ground as Person hits that jump shot and injures his back so severely that he fainted from the pain in his hotel room. Couldn't come to the game last night. Frank Hamblin, assistant coach, guided the team to victory.
I myself am allergic to pain. On the drive, Johnny Newman's basket will not count. Foul is committed out. Newman posting up against Person outside for Oakley, and Oakley on target.
Oakley getting the ball not by design, just by hanging out and starting to take a few shots now.
Help him! Rotate! Miller!
Pacers have a great deal more success bringing the ball up when it's Vern Fleming handling it. Herb Williams with the short jump hook. 46-40, Knicks by 6, 4:50 to play here in the first half. Newman again going one-on-one, lost the handle. Tucker off the dribble. And Fleming comes down with it. Williams batted out of his hands, and the foul is called on the rebound. 46-41, Knicks by 5, 4:20 to play here in the first half. And Ewing across the lane. Short jumper. And the loose ball is picked off by Oakley. And here come the Pacers 3-on-1. Williams lost the handle, and Ewing says he didn't touch it.
Ewing with a big smile aimed at the official.
Ewing says he didn't touch it. Don Vaden, the official, says he did. So Indiana inbounds the ball.
Stay down, Trent! Get him, Dougie! Stay down, Doug! Hands, Dougie!
And Oakley and Herb Williams doing a little shoving.
No middle!
Fleming on the drive draws the foul. Wilkins spins down the lane. And it goes around and out, and here come the Pacers. Fleming changing directions down the lane and tries to float it home out of bounds, and it belongs to the Knicks. And number 8, Pete Myers, is going to see some playing time here.
Hasn't played at all in the last 2 games.
Oakley. Ewing taps it outside. Tucker for 3. That doesn't go. Ewing with the rebound and across the middle. And the steal. And Oakley gets credit for the basket.
Being a little crazy here with Reggie Miller pushing him, grabbing his shirt.
Smith for Williams. Down the lane is fouled and the basket counts.
Timeout, New York.
Oakley, and he lost it.
He's getting a shot now at the point guard position, Myers.
Why do you think that is, John?
Well, to get a look at him and to exercise the judgment, really, that the Knicks have made. They like him because he can play both guard positions and small forward. So now they're going to take a look. Only 2 minutes to go, a little more than that and a half.
Kenny Walker double teamed, ball batted out of him.
If the situation warrants against bigger people.
Ewing looking for Walker underneath, and he wasn't there. It's out of bounds, and it belongs to Indiana.
Myers is 6'6".
Two minutes.
Long pass, batted out of bounds by Myers.
Touching, pushing. Herb Williams, he doesn't care.
Fleming starts the Pacer offense.
Does that with John Long.
Down low, offensive foul is going to be called on 54. Greg Dreiling.
54, Greg Dreiling.
Just going to say, if Myers does that with John Long, though, that will be interesting, because Long is a rough customer.
Myers works his way across the line on Fleming. Approaching a minute and a half to play. Kenny Walker off the baseline. Long with the rebound. Fleming on the move. Time. 52-49. A minute 15 to play here in the first half. And overshooting Ewing.
Ewing said he was pushed. To the official.
Long ball for Fleming.
Wow. Herb Williams can really fire.
You know, the Indianapolis Colts have been looking for a quarterback. 52-51. Myers for Oakley, and the whistle blows. 54-51 with 50 seconds. Another long ball, and John Long couldn't run it down. Well, even Herb Williams throws in completions now and then.
First time I've ever seen John Long smile on a basketball court. He looked back at Herb with an appreciative glance.
Myers losing it. Here comes Long. And the whistle blows, and the foul is on Charles Oakley. Long makes 1 out of 2, 54, 2 out of 2, 54-53 with a half a minute to play, and Ewing going at it with, and here's a big one.
Dreiling.
Going at it with Dreiling. And both benches clear.
Oh, that's heavy. That was heavy stuff. I don't know where that came from. We didn't see any signs.
And Charles Oakley starts swinging away.
Wow. Oakley drilled somebody. I can hear that cash register now, Greg.
Meanwhile, back here, Hugh Evans is the only one between Ewing and Greg Dreiling.
Oh, that might have cost the Knicks the game, too, if Oakley gets ejected. Not to mention Patrick Ewing.
33, Ewing.
You can see Charles Oakley trying to wrestle Dreiling away. No ejections. Ewing trying to hold back, holding back. No punch by Ewing. Didn't you get the feeling punches were thrown? When you look at it now,
I got the feeling there were more punches landed than there were. Meanwhile, clock running with 20 seconds to play. And the pass inside taken by Oakley. Ewing will shoot and hit.
the best way a player talks.
That makes 5,000 career points for Patrick Ewing. Meanwhile, the long ball for Long, no, and the whistle blows. And the foul is on Ewing. Long hits them both, 57-55. Knicks by 2, 6 seconds. Myers for Tucker. Tucker with his first basket, 3 seconds. Miller will cast off at the buzzer. So that's the end of an interesting.
Stevie Thompson, this bucket, 2 of his 29 points on the day, and Thompson was 14 of 15 from the field. Now, a lot of action in college basketball, of course. This afternoon, Milwaukee a 7-point lead in the opening quarter. But the Bullets took back the lead in the second stanza behind one of the few first-rate players they have, Jeff Malone. And again, Washington was leading by 4 at halftime.
The lead, but Mark Jackson in the low post off a fast-moving Gerald Wilkins executed the play of the first half.
Chuck Person, off of his 47-point performance, has 14. He is the game's high scorer.
Yes, Chuck, after a 16-point first quarter at Madison Square Garden, has been cooled off as the Knicks have given him a lot of attention. But early in the game, with Mark Jackson right on him, Person just bombed that long one over him.
Then came the explosion just at the tail end of the first half.
Yes, Greg Dreiling, you can see, and Ewing going at it. It looked like, well, certainly a punch there by Dreiling, preceded by a push by him. Ewing, it seems, holding back. He really kept himself together there, but both teams emptying their bench, coming down to rescue the combatants. Dreiling looking like he's getting the worst of this from everybody.